So it's day number 2 and it's about 5:45 a.m. I'm gonna get heading down to the gym shortly, but I'm just gonna quickly grab something to eat so I'm not too hungry later on in the day. Don't know if this is a good or bad shout, but I'll see you in the car. So what I've got is an apple for breakfast and I have my water, of course. 2 important ones. I feel like the apple's going to be a little lighter and it's obviously got a lot more sugars in it, so hopefully that'll help with a bit of energy. I will have a bit more oats later on in the morning when I get to the factory, but I'm on the way down to the gym to meet Connor. Let me just give you a quick recap of how yesterday went. It went really, really well in the morning. We're up at just slightly before 5 a.m. We met at the gym, we did a good gym workout, and it went really well. But then, with life, it's chaotic. Things come up, stuff happens, and the rest of the day went completely awfully. So yeah, fun times. But I am hoping that today goes better. You gotta always kind of be somewhat optimistic. You don't want it to be, you don't want to become a pessimist. So I'm hoping today goes better. I have even more to do today than I had yesterday, but if all goes well, we'll be able to catch up on yesterday's disaster by just working a little harder today. But for right now, I'm on the way to the gym, so I'm going to meet Connor there probably in the next few minutes. I'm not sure if he's there yet or if he's still on his way down. But I think what I'm going to do at least today is do some kind of workout, or warm-up, as yesterday. Do the cycling. Maybe I'm going to do cycling for about 10-15 minutes. Then I'm going to go on to doing some leg workouts. So squats or squat machine, those kind of things there. Do some leg workouts. Once I've got the leg workouts done, I'm going to then go and do maybe another 10, 15, 20 minute walk just to get a bit of steps up. I was hoping to reach 10,000 steps yesterday, but I only got, I think it was 6,000 steps with the number here. So I really do want to get closer to the 10,000 steps that I was aiming for today, as well as getting a better progress with work. So yeah, I mean, that's the goal for today. That's what happened yesterday. Yesterday was a solid, maybe a 4 out of 10 day on like how things went. But yeah, Connor's not here yet. So hopefully today is anything better than a 4 or 5 out of 10. Hopefully it goes up to 9 if all goes perfectly well. But of course it's never going to happen because, well, that's life, isn't it? So let's wait for Connor. Probably a good time to eat my apple while I wait for him, so it's exactly what I'm going to do. So I don't know where Connor is actually. No sign of him just yet, but I've had my apple and I have had half a bottle of water so far. Good shout to the Aqua Twist, it is great. And in one of our previous videos, you could see I purchased quite a few of them. But yeah, it is my favorite water, which is kind of weird to say, but I do really like the flavor of it. I'll be back in a second. So I'm gonna just check where Connor is. He left a few minutes ago, so he should be here any minute. But yeah, so I'm quite actually enjoying the challenge, to be honest with you. I was never a huge fan of getting up super early. I used to with work. I used to have shifts starting at 5 a.m. I guess it must have been about maybe 4 or 5 years ago. And I mean, it was okay, but I was at university and was super crazy busy. So I always ended up going to bed after 12, closer to 1 in the morning. So I was always dead tired. But I think yesterday was obviously harsh, and today's a lot better. Because, I mean, last night I went to bed, I think I got around 8 hours sleep, or just under 8 hours sleep. Where on Sunday, when I went to bed at Sunday night, I think I only went to bed, must have been 12:30, quarter to 1. So I had about 3 hours and 45 minutes of sleep yesterday, and today I'm closer to 8 hours, so I do feel a lot more energetic, head's a little clearer, and I'm not so tired, which is obviously a massive win, because I feel like that was a little bit of a contributing factor to yesterday's, not a crisis, but somewhat unproductiveness. So that's definitely a win, and I'm hoping that if I can somewhat stay consistent, I'll be able to kind of keep this up, and I might be interested in maybe doing it more than 7 days. Maybe do a 2 week, or even a 3, 4, 5 week, or maybe even make it a lifestyle. So what we'll do is we're going to see how it goes, and hopefully, if it keeps going at this rate here, well, it's day 2, of course, so I'm jumping the gun really early here. I'm being really optimistic really early, but I always like the idea about getting up early, so that's always going to be a win. But I feel like Connor has just driven in, so I'm just going to wait for him to do his wee scoot around the car park. And yep, it is Connor. So, hello there. Hello there, guys. What on earth is that parking? What's that parking?
I parked very well, haven't I?
No. But yeah, so we're going to say hi to Connor, and I'll see you in the gym. Okay, so I have done the following. Came into the gym, did 10 minutes on the cycling machine again at level 5, 232 calories. Then we went onto the leg press, leg curl, and we've done the hack squat machine. What we're going to do now is we're going to jump onto the treadmills, and we're going to do probably about a 10, 15, maybe 20 minute walk. And I think I'm going to go at maybe slightly faster than yesterday, so instead of 4.5 kilometers an hour, I'm going to maybe see if I can aim for 5 kilometers an hour, just so I can get an extra set of steps up. So it's not quite as nice of a sunrise as it was yesterday, unfortunately, but that is the gym done at least for today.
Yes.
So how did you find it, Connor?
That was okay. I mean, we were doing legs, so that was pretty good. I mean, it's been a while since I've gone to the gym, so I'm actually still feeling the repercussions
from yesterday.
Oh, my chest is quite sore, but you know, I mean, haven't gone for a while, so I mean, that's my fault. But no, that was all right. I mean, leg day, good day.
Pretty good.
And why on earth is there someone parked in between the two of us? There's a whole car park, and you park there.
Who knows? But I'm going to shoot.
What an absolute imbecile.
I'm going to shoot home, get showered, grab some breakfast, and I will see you tomorrow morning.
Yes, mate. No worries. See you.
Enjoy.
Take it easy.
Have fun. Drive safe. Okay, so that is the gym done for today. So I'll give you a quick recap of what we did. I know I probably already have done this, but just for sake of doing it. Went to the gym, did a cycle, same as yesterday, 10 minutes, 232 calories at level 5. Then we went on to the leg curl and the leg extension machine. Did those 3 sets, 10 at 60 kilo, and then we went onto the hack squat machine, did 2 plates of 15, 3 sets of 10, and then we went and we did a walk. So I did a 1 kilometer walk at 5 kilometers per hour, so that's slightly faster than yesterday, but nothing crazy. Now I'm heading back home, actually. Gonna go get showered, get changed, and then I'm gonna make myself probably either some porridge or maybe even some bacon and eggs for breakfast before I shoot down to the factory and get some work done. So today I think is already off to a slightly better start because I've had an apple, which is obviously healthy. I'm gonna rather than go get a McDonald's today, I'm going to try and see if I can eat something at the house, a little healthier, and I mean, that's a bit of a win. Now when it comes to work today, I have a whole load of things to do. I have got to catch up on the work I missed yesterday, as well as the stuff I've got to do today. I have to shoot all the way up to one of the metal suppliers, got some steel I need to collect there. So it's going to be a really busy day, but I'm kind of looking forward to it, and hopefully the energy stays. I did get a whole load more sleep last night than I did the previous night, like almost 2 and a bit times as much sleep, so that's obviously going to be hopefully quite impactful. I've already actually finished 2 bottles of water, so that's 1 litre of water done for the day, and I'm currently sitting at 3,231 steps. That's even better than I was yesterday this time, so we're making progress. I've already done half the amount of steps I did yesterday by 7 a.m. this morning. So I'm quite excited. And I'm not sure if you can see, that is a really nice sunrise. Yesterday we left the gym a slight bit later actually, and the sun had just come up, and it's just coming up now as we drive away. So that's really promising. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try see if I can keep you in the loop of how the day is going, what I've been up to, what's been good, what's been bad. But so far the day is turning out to be a solid, I'd say solid 7 or 8 out of 10 so far. Let's just see if it keeps up that way. So, I'll see you in a bit. I know I said I'll see you in a bit, but honestly the sunrise is so pretty, and it's really nice. It's actually, never really see the sunrise, to be honest with you. I mean, I only ever generally see the sunset, and my goodness, it's very nice. I haven't seen it in a very long time. You should try this. You should really try this. Getting up at 5 a.m. Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a change, and it's going to be hard. I recommend it. So yeah, think about it. Look at that sunrise. Now I'm back home now, and I'm trying to obviously stay health conscious. So what I'm going to do is, I've actually got some of these best Chilean sausages. They're very nice. I'm going to check how many calories they are, but they're 340 grams per pack, and for 100 grams they're 254 calories. So if I was to have a whole pack, that would work out at nearly 800 calories. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do an egg, chop up maybe one of these here, and have that as a bit of a starter, maybe even 2 or 3 eggs. So I've got 4 eggs, 1 of the sausages, and you get these scrambled, that chopped, put in there and cooked, and that's going to be breakfast. Okay, so what I have is, I have the sausages and everything all cut up, put into the pan, and I'm just busy cooking it. I'm not using any oil or anything, so it's just purely just egg, egg, sausage, salt and pepper. So no other added ingredients. I'll see how it goes. So this is how it's turned out, and it smells really good, and tastes good. So I'm gonna give this a quick eat, get showered, head to work. That was really good. I highly recommend it. And as I'm eating it here, I kind of just remember how insanely good sausage and egg is. Generally everyone always goes for bacon and egg, but sausage and egg is really good. I remember my dad used to do it when I was younger, and it was one of my favorite things. And I think it was time, I've just kind of forgotten about it, so that's a really good reminder. So I do recommend you try it. But now that breakfast is finished, it's time for me to go get showered, changed, and head to work. Okay, so it's time for me to shoot down to the factory. I have one small errand I need to run first. I need to just drop a machine off at a different shop, and then once I've done that there, I'm shooting to the factory and probably make a cup of tea, first one of the day, and then once I've got that done, I have a whole load of things that need to get done. So that is everything from, I've got some materials I need to collect up at Steel Supplier. I know I've already said that there, but I've got 2 customers I think I need to go see. I've got some pricing I've got to get done for 1 or 2 quotes, and I need to get some designs done as well, some CAD drawings for a different component as well. I've got to go actually finish assembling a part as well. It's been 3D printed, so hopefully when I get in, it will be finished 3D printed for me to be able to finish it physically. And then what I have to do then is there's something else, but I'm forgetting what it is. But it will come back to me, so it'll come back to me. Don't worry about that there, hopefully. But so far, the day is staying at a stable 8 out of 10 so far. So pretty happy with it. I just hope it doesn't go belly up. That's the most polite way of saying it. But yeah, I mean overall, day number 2 so far, I am quite enjoying it. I know I did say earlier, but it is actually quite nice being up early, and I used to do it up until maybe about 6 months ago. I was up every morning at 5:30, and then I stopped going into one of the factories super early at 6 in the morning. And then, to be honest, I just kind of let it run away from I let it run away with me. So I only started going into work about 9 o'clock. So yeah, it's been a really, started at 5 at the beginning of the year, ended up at 9 a.m. We're going into work for 9 a.m. and here we stand. So it is 8:13 a.m. I'm going to be in early. So what it means I can actually do is when I head in now, all the footage that you are watching, and well, from now and the next 10 minutes before, I kind of get that bit of the video all pre-edited. So whatever I have to add in later on this afternoon, it's just a matter of adding in that short little clip or two, and it's not going to take me a whole lot of time this evening to get this video edited and ready to go, which I think is going to be maybe a better idea, because yesterday, I mean, I've not really done a huge amount of editing, as you'll probably find. My video from yesterday is nowhere near as good as Connor's, but I've got Premiere Pro all sorted, so I should be able to upload this a little easier, and hopefully with a little better quality, which I think is going to be an important thing. Just kind of try to improve in every way I possibly can every day. So today, healthier food than yesterday. Today, wouldn't say a better outlook, but same positive outlook for the day. But I don't have to worry about getting Premiere Pro or editing software all set up. I'm going to try to see if I can plan and organize just a little bit better, because that's all you need to do. Is if you can improve a slight bit every single day, if you look at today and in a year's time, you should see a major difference. And just small minor improvements are easier to make than a huge major leap, which is kind of what I was trying to say about yesterday with eating McDonald's. I know it wasn't the healthiest choice, and I know I'm trying to be healthy, but if you can make a slightly better choice today than you did yesterday, that's a win. And that's what I did yesterday. I had one double sausage and egg McMuffin instead of the double sausage and egg, the 2 hash browns, and a beverage. I cut out the beverage and the 2 hash browns. Yeah, it wasn't quite as much food, but it was nice. So it got me just exactly where I needed to be. Need to drop this silicone gun down, and it's off to the factory. Grab a cup of tea, because I am kind of thirsty. I have had a litre of water today, which is obviously a win, but I'll see in a second. So one thing I actually forgot to mention yesterday is the fact that my neighbour reversed into me a few weeks back. I got a couple calls yesterday from the insurance telling me that they basically need the car down on Friday, and they're going to do an assessment on it. Once they've done the assessment, then they can book it in for repairs, which is great news. But what's even better news is they're going to be giving me a courtesy car, which we can actually film on our other channel and upload on our other channel. So that's a bit of a double-sided win. I mean, car gets fixed and I get something that we can also film. They did promise me something like a BMW iX or a Mercedes SUV EV, just because obviously this is an EV. So yeah, that's gonna be good. But let me get the gates open, pull in, and I'll see you in a cup of tea. So I have the kettle on, and while I'm just waiting for the kettle to boil, I'm just gonna open up everything, get the shop going, so that by the time everyone comes in, it's all running, which is, well, good. Now do forgive the major mess, because this place is a work in progress. It has come a hell of a long way since when we first got it, but it is a work in progress. From one of our previous videos, you will recognize all that water. Now it has gone down. It started up here and it is now like one level lower. So yeah, I've started to drink water out of this, which is a win, which I'm pretty happy with. And good news, it's finished. Okay. It's a little harder to get off than I was hoping, but you get to be here for the satisfying pop. And that's it off. So yeah, 3D printed parts are really cool. If you're interested in this, please do drop a comment and I can see if I can do some more videos on purely 3D printing and 3D printed parts, but it's interesting. Let me grab a cup and let's get a cup of tea made. Building off what I said yesterday, I actually do really like my tea quite milky. So it's kind of the thing, I really like milk. So tea, coffee, I kind of prefer it more for the flavor of the milk than the actual tea. which is interesting, I've been told. But obviously it's nice, I like it. But the problem with it is the liquid calories. So that's why I'm trying to limit the number of cups of tea or coffee I have a day, just so I can reduce that milk intake, which is kind of weird to think about because people generally aren't trying to reduce their amount of milk that they're drinking. They're kind of trying to reduce the number of the tea or coffee for the caffeine or beer or alcohol, whatever it is, or should I say energy drinks. But yeah, no, I'm trying to just reduce the number of liters of milk I drink, because at a stage I was drinking, I think it was 4 to 6 liters of milk a day, which is really good because it means I have pretty strong bones, but there's a hell of a lot of calories in that. So yeah, that's the main reason why I'm trying to reduce it, because caffeine doesn't affect me, like I said. So I'm just waiting for my incredibly slow shutter to lift up. I started this when I got here, and it is now like 5 minutes later and it is still lifting. It's just a very, very slowly geared shutter. But yeah, so that's just a bit of like an update on as to why I'm doing that there. Now yesterday I did have 3. I was hoping to have between 2 and 3. This is my first one of the day, and it is exactly 8:28 a.m. So hopefully I'll have 3. So maybe one at lunchtime or maybe one at just before I go home. So we'll see how it goes, and I'll keep you up to date. Okay, so that is the tea made. And one thing I was just thinking I probably haven't told you is that I am trying to obviously be healthy, which I've obviously have told you that there, and that's obviously one of the reasons why I'm going to the gym. But I'm using MyFitnessPal to track my calorie intake, and then I'm using my smartwatch or Samsung Health to track my energy expenditure, so steps, those kind of things there, and sleep as well. So that's what I'm trying to do as well, to try to keep and improve, because I know you can get too much data or too much information, and then you end up kind of almost becoming paralyzed with all the information and not knowing what to do. But there is something you have to know, and you've got to be able to have some kind of data to work off. So that's generally why I don't track it too much. But steps, 10,000 steps a day, it's not a bad goal, it's not a great goal. There's no specific scientific reason behind having that goal other than a really, really good marketing campaign. But I think 10,000 steps kind of gives me a good benchmark to get to. Even if I don't get to it, just have an aim, try to go, okay, well, I want to get at least 10,000 steps a day. If I do an average, let's say 5,000 or 6,000, and I get 8,000 steps, I'm obviously increasing my average up, which is a win. So that's all it's really basing off, is to try and just get better and get closer to what I actually ideally want to get to. And then, so MyFitnessPal, tracking my food so I can track my calories. And then obviously with like the gym, when I go to do cycling, it's 232 calories, which means I think I burnt that like Chilean sausage I had for breakfast off cycling. And obviously the steps as well. But yeah, so that's kind of the goal, is use for MyFitnessPal, use Samsung Health, and try and use not a whole load of metrics, but just some key metrics to just try and help push me and keep me in the right direction so that I can get better. Now, actually, I've not mentioned my weight actually. I measured myself yesterday at 108.6 kilograms, which is pretty heavy, but I am 6'2" and I do have a decent bit of muscle on me. So technically I'm classified as obese on the BMI scale, so I'm not really too fussed about that there, because it doesn't generally take into account your muscle mass and your body fat percentage. Now, I know I do have a relatively high body fat percentage, which I do want to drop down, but I'm using that there as I'm going to be weighing every single day. And at the end of the week, you will see where I started off at 108.6 yesterday to where I'm going to be in 5 days' time. So just keep in mind for that there as well. It's now 10:50 a.m. I have finished my first cup of tea. I have the 3D printed parts assembled, so they are ready to go for trialing, just to check that they're going to do the job, and then we can make a nicer set. I have got the factory being cleaned, as well as some other bits getting done. So we're much better progress today at 10:50 a.m. than yesterday. So I do feel like we're actually slightly ahead of, a good bit ahead of where we were yesterday. And the day seems to be on track. It's doing pretty well. So that's a good sign. I have to go out shortly, but I thought I'd just do a quick recap. Or, no, not a recap, like a quick check-in. Did a quick check-in, so that's what I've done. I'm going to go here, but I'll chat to you later. It's heated up a little bit more today. It's now jumper and jacket off, straight to the polo again, which is nice to see. And it's now 1:11 p.m. We have done lunch, and I have had one more bottle of water, so I'm now up to 1.5 liters of water today. I've had another cup of tea, so that's my second cup of tea for the day. And then I had 2 finger rolls with a Chinese pork loin on each. Super, super tasty. And that means now I'm left with 1,171 calories for the day, meaning I've had 1,579 calories. I've had 1,579 calories, and to be fair, the day's going a hell of a lot better than yesterday. Yesterday was like off the charts bad. Today is it's going respectably well. So I'm going to classify right now. I think the day is sitting between a 6 and a 7. Not quite perfect. Not as good as I was hoping it to be. But then again, be optimistic. But yeah, so 6, 7 out of 10. Hopefully, by the time stop texting me. By the time that it comes to the end of the day, I'm hoping we can get that just raised up to. I'm gonna put my phone on mute. Just bear with me for a second. You know, I get no notifications, and the minute I put the camera on, I get like all the notifications. But yeah, I'm hoping by the end of the day we can claw that back up to a good 7 out of 10. I've got to go to a site probably within the next hour. I was supposed to get materials actually. Definitely a solid 6 today. Yeah, definitely not a 7. I've got to go get materials. I'll have to do that maybe tomorrow. But making progress, and that's what's important. Keeping just one step ahead of each other. Want to keep moving forward, yeah? So yeah, that's where we are. So I'll check in with you in a bit. Okay, so I've just dropped the fellas down at one of these sites. So that being done while I'm running off to get some parts, and I need to go see that other customer. So yeah, it's a really, really busy day, but today is going a hell of a lot better than yesterday. So definitely no worse than a 6, but it's slowly making its way up to a 7, which is good, and I like that. So I've got a lot of running around to still do. It is 3:37 p.m. So the way we work it is 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. on a Monday to Thursday, and then 9 a.m. to 12:30 on a Friday. Unless obviously there's something needs done, it takes longer. So that is the way we are going. So the fellas are down there at the minute. They will be there probably for about another hour or so while they just get some boards and finishing touches done. So that gives me roughly an hour to shoot back to the shop, which isn't actually a lot of time, as well as because I got 2 other big things I need to get done. So that'll definitely take me at least an hour, maybe even slightly longer. So fingers crossed that I get my time management, and luckily everything goes reasonably well to plan. I'm pulling back into the factory in a minute, and of course someone has parked their car in the way, blocking the entrance, so I cannot get through. It's unfortunate. I'm back at the factory, and what I need to do is I need to go inside, get those 3D printed parts I was talking about earlier and I showed you, get them in the little van, shoot across to another customer, go and deliver them, and hopefully they're going to work perfectly fine. Then hopefully by the time I get back here, the other fella who is going to be bringing me a part or 2 to take some of these big quarry components apart, well, hopefully he'll be ready for that there. If not, I might have to go fetch the fellas from the other site and bring them back while I wait for him. But let's go. While I'm getting the parts, I've actually got some more water. So this is going to be my 4th bottle of the day, which will bring me up to 2 liters, which is good. It means I'm making good progress. So 2 liters of water by the time this bottle is finished, and 2 cups of tea. So we're doing well. Let's go. Getting in the little van, which is the exciting one, I guess. It's not very fast. It's incredibly slow, and but it's okay. I like these little vans. 2000 something combo, 1.3 CDTI, super reliable, and I just really like them. Even though new vans are cool, I just prefer these. So it started. This is a good sign. Everything's going well today. So see you. I got the stuff dropped down to the customer. He is not there at the minute, but he will get it whenever he gets back in. But no luck from the other parts I need, so I've had to go to the other shop and grab a slightly bigger socket set. So there. My goodness, it is a heavy bugger, but we have it. So let's see if I can get this to work. And I'm just thinking, I definitely haven't told you what the issue is, but I shall show you. It's probably the best way to do it. This is a big roll for a quarry, and those nuts there do not want to come off. They really do not want to come off, and of course they're an awkward size. So I've had to get another set which has the right size to see if I can loosen them off. But because they're so incredibly tight, and this is obviously circular, it is very hard to get some leverage to be able to actually loosen them off without it just spinning on me. So wish me luck. Okay, so it's turned into one of those days again. But as I was starting out there, they need some other stuff brought up to the site. So that's just generally the way it goes. You start it, and then somewhat through the process, you get called away to do something else. Don't you just love it? But anyway, it is what it is. So let's get going again. On the way once again. So heading up to the site, they need a couple of drill bits, and then there's actually a finishing detail to put onto it, which is like a coating. So I'm just taking it up there quickly so they can get that stuff on, because it wasn't packed, which is fun, of course. But we're making progress. Still waiting for that other bit from that other guy, but no luck. And when I tried to call him, he didn't answer. So went out, chicken dinner, right? But yeah, heading down, get it there, drop off, see how far they are, and then head back to the shop. It is 4:34 p.m. So another hour and a half roughly before end of day. And to be fair, there isn't a crazy lot to still get done for at least today's plan, which is promising. So by the looks of it, we're going to get what we need done. That definitely brings us back to definitely a good 7 for the day. So I cannot complain. Cannot complain compared to yesterday's awful turnout. So yeah, probably got at least twice as much done today as what we did yesterday. So I really honestly can't complain, and everything's been a lot smoother. And actually thinking about it, having been up from 5 a.m, I'm really not tired. I would have thought going on to a 12th hour, being awake, and obviously going to bed really early, I'm not tired, pretty good, feeling wise. So we'll see how that lasts at 6 o'clock, because obviously that'll be 13 hours since obviously waking up. And we'll see what time I'm going to go to bed at. Probably, I would like to say maybe about 10 p.m. I feel like a 10 p.m. is not a bad shout. But so far it's really going better than I was expecting. So I really honestly might keep this up. I know it's still early days, but it's going really well so far. Okay, that is one goal reached for today. I've just reached 10,033 steps, which is really good. So it's only 4:44:51 at the minute, so it is 4:45, which means I've reached the steps I was hoping to get for the day right now, and I still have another hour and 15 minutes of work, plus whatever else I do when I go home or get finished for the day. So this is really promising. Today is so much better than yesterday. So I would definitely say I'd probably be on track for around 12,000 steps for the day. So let's keep at it. I'm back at the shop now, and I think it is time for a cup of tea or coffee. So I might mix it up and go for a coffee instead of a tea, just because why the hell not? I do need to go probably in the next 25 minutes to go fetch the guys from the site, but I am getting on rightly. I've got another job that's come in for the quarry. They have an issue with something, so I need to do a bit of roughing on the machine, on the lathe, to get it into state to get finished. So it's going to be busy. So yeah, I've not done any more steps, but it's going in the right direction. So it's just turned 6 p.m. I'm going to quickly shoot off, go fetch the fellas from the site, and then I'm going to come back. I got one or two other things I got to get done. Obviously, I got to get the edit for this actually also done tonight as well. But I completely forgot that I had made plans with a friend to go to the gym this evening. So yeah, in 3 hours time at 9 p.m. I am meeting a friend to go to the gym. So this is going to be a really painful session. Obviously, I haven't been to the gym yesterday morning, this morning. Then I have the gym tonight. And then I'm going to be back in the gym in less than 12 hours after finishing the gym tonight. So yeah, I completely forgot about that. So I kind of feel like a bit like an idiot. But, I mean, it is what it is. Nothing I can really do about it. So let's go. So I'm going to quickly shoot off, fetch the boys, and I'll see you in a second or two. For you, be really quick. For me, not so much. I've fetched the guys, and I'm now back at the shop. They're away. It's just me here. I've got to unload the back of the van because there's some tools and random bits in it. Need to unfortunately go tomorrow to get some more screws. I need to go get an O-ring for a injector as well tomorrow morning. But I'm doing lunch at the minute. Oh, sorry, lunch. I'm doing dinner. And I'm doing it on the barbecue, of course. It's the only way to do dinner. And I've got some 2 Chinese pork loins, which are really tasty. Super nice. And obviously it's relatively lean as well. There's not a huge amount of fat in it. So that's going to be dinner tonight. I did have a cup of coffee prior to this here. So that is X amount of calories. And I have this many calories left after eating this here, which is pretty good. So I need to work it all out. But roughly I should still have quite a few hundred calories left off for the day. But I am going to the gym this evening. So I'm probably going to have some food when I get home as well. This is just kind of just to tide me over in the meantime. I'll not lie, I think I have gone super overkill with this vlog today. I have recorded a hell of a lot of content. Way more than I probably should have for at least what we're challenging ourselves to do here. So I'm not sure if tomorrow there will be quite as much content, but what I'll try to do is I'll try to keep as much content as I possibly can. But obviously that's going to be a bit awkward and hard some days because it's just really not possible with so many things to do. But yeah, probably not going to do this much content, at least in the next few vlogs, because it has taken an incredible amount of time. Not a lot of time, a lot of effort and thought, and just not really possible for a lot of days. But I'm going to eat now, watch a YouTube video, so I'll see you in a bit. Well, at least that's a bit of a snack done. I still have, I think it's around 500 calories for the day.
So I have 543 calories after eating these here, which is still pretty promising. So I think I might go home after the gym tonight and do some chicken breasts for dinner. But I'm really, really happy with how the day's gone. It's been pretty successful so far. Like I said, I've got a couple running around. I got quite a few things to do tomorrow, running around wise. But overall, a solid 7. So that's a major improvement from yesterday. Let's just see if we can kind of keep the ball rolling and keep this relatively consistent. But that's just going to be, well, time's going to tell. But I think for now, I'm going to call it there. I've got some things I've got to do. And I might see you in a few minutes. Well, actually, it's not a few minutes for me. It'll be a couple hours when I go to the gym. I might record it, I might not. We're really just going to see. So time will tell. But if not, I'll see you tomorrow. Good night.